Welcome to Home Cinema and Tech Review. In this video, I'd like to call it car cinema instead of home cinema because you can carry your cinema wherever you are. I know a lot of people probably consider when I say it, you'll be thinking about portable projectors. But in this video, I'm not going to talk about portable projectors. I'll be using an electric car and using a home projector, which is LG HF60LS 1400 lumens of power, and we created because I know I measured it. It's a 6-meter length of screen. I will just put the inch of the screen size below, probably as a text. This is a huge screen. So don't get me wrong, you can catch a similar image quality without an electric car. You don't have to have a new generation electric car, but you have to buy a home plug to car cigarette lighter converter. Whether your country is 110 volts or 220 volts like mine, you have to find a converter and use it. But if you're going to be using a big size projector and your petrol or diesel car, you maybe have to just run your car a little bit from the engine because otherwise you can deplete your battery. But since it's an electric car with a huge amount of battery power, and I'm going to be using an LG LED projector, I don't have to worry about power source or the projector's consumption in this case. So you have to find for this application a flat wall or flat surface to project, of course, like any projection project. And it's ideal to have a single color wall or place. But right now we are at an autobahn, so we cannot find the best solution here. We have two color wall, but when the light's gone, it's not going to be bothering us too much. Later on in this video, probably in the end of it, I will shoot some dark place footages at the auto park edge. And what I'd like to talk about, there are a couple of problems that you want to avoid with your setup. First of all, if you're going to be projecting with the portable projectors, not like me, you need to get close and create 100-inch and less because portable projectors does not have same amount of light power and you're going to go small. But advantage of this setup is whether you go for portable or big size projector, you got car sound. And let me just repeat it, you got car sound. What that means is new generation cars have more than 6 or 8 speakers, some of them at 16 speakers with triple subwoofers and a huge amount of tweeters and mid-range, whatever that is. They create good surround sound. Even the generic cars and standard Golf or a Clio can create good sound these days. So you're going to be having a cinema-like experience inside of your car without disturbing any neighbor or anyone in anywhere. So that's probably the best way to use this sort of solution. I know it's not for everyone, but when you're sitting in a car, watching a car chase movie could be a good alternative. Maybe your first movie inside of a car could be Baby Driver, because I think it's one of the best drive movies and with a good amount of music in it. And you'll feel right connected to a car chase because you're sitting right inside of your car. Which cars you can be using easily? What I see in this video, I use Kia Niro EV, my wife's car, Kia Niro EV, Kia EV6, or Hyundai Kona. They all have plugs right like a home, just right in your home. You don't need any converter at all, but if you're going to be using the converters, that's okay. But many electric cars, I remember they have plugs or some sort of, with the converter, you can use them. You can also use your projector outside of your car, but it is safer this way because when the rain happens, you don't get affected because walls don't affected by the rain. And when the wind comes, nothing affects. When the bugs comes, nothing affects. Inside of the car, it's the safest place and audio will be much better, but you can also use it in camping outside of your car and you can just open the doors or windows, get the sound out and sit right in the middle of open wild. You can enjoy the open air with it. Just this is like old days, so you can create a good environment with the open cinema experience. You can eat your snacks and foods and experience a huge screen. This screen, like I told you, 6 meter length huge screen, and I will shoot in the rest of the video from my hand and show you the inside of the car of the setup. But before I go there, there could be a couple of problems that I need to remind you. First of the problem is how do you connect or create the visuals? Right now I have connected my laptop with the HDMI cable, Type-C to HDMI cable to my projector. The reason behind it is my movies was on a hard drive, which is formatted not supported by the projector itself. So I needed to connect something that can play, and the easiest thing for me was my laptop. But you don't have to do that. You can go for smart dongle or smart box like the Xiaomi's, Realme's, or Roku's, whatever you can find. And also you can go with your USB sticks to carry your movies with you. But in that case, my USB stick even didn't recognize by my projector. It was exFAT formatted. And one other thing that you can do is you connect your smartphones. What my smartphone is Samsung S22 Ultra, which I can connect with Type-C to HDMI cable. And you can also connect your iPhone with probably Lightning to HDMI cables, licensed original Apple cables. They can make you able to connect your smartphone to your projector, so you can watch probably good amount of movies. Meanwhile that I talk, okay, the video start again. Let's just go back. So you can connect your smartphone to a projector with a cable, or you can screencast. But to create a screencast, probably you need a Wi-Fi. So you also need some sort of a router or repeater to create a fake, even fake or wireless network inside of your car. I don't recommend that, but it could be done carrying a switch and carrying also electric multipliers cable. So you have to connect. You can also apply this scenario with PlayStation or Xbox. You can carry your console with you and plug it with the multiplier, and you can play huge screen race games. So it could also affect inside of your car. You're sitting in a race seat and you're playing with your gamepad. You could feel even more connected to your race game with the ambient sound inside of your car. The second thing that you have to be thinking is the light. Sorry about that, wrong word. Audio delay. Audio delay can happen if you connect your source to your projector, but you wrongfully connect your source of audio with your car, because you could go a couple of ways. First way is to connect your phone or laptop to a projector, and your laptop or your smartphone through the Bluetooth connect your audio. This could create problem because you're sending the signal of visual from the HDMI cable and sending the audio from Bluetooth. So those things are separate, and that could create an audio delay. The second thing is if you want to cast like the screencast from your smartphone, if you have similar network, screencast it from your smartphone to a projector, and then also connect your smartphone's Bluetooth to your car. That's wrong. You have to connect your projector to your car. That is going to be the third thing, because not every projector will see your car's Bluetooth, because your car's Bluetooth does not designed as a soundbar ID or kind of like a headphones. Because let's just be real in this one. Like I told you, my earlier audio, home audio silent setup. If you haven't watched that video, please go to my videos and watch that if you want to learn more. So if your car has a Bluetooth and your projector does not see that Bluetooth connection, like a soundbar, like a headphone, sometimes they can't see the Bluetooth device. So what do you have to do in that position? So if your projector has some sort of an audio output, like an optical or 3.5 millimeter standard audio, you have to connect it with cables. Many of the cars have 3.5 millimeter audio in jack, but I'm not sure every new generation car, because next gen cars have Type-C cables, and Bluetooth connections, and they have Android Autos and stuff, maybe they could remove the 3.5 millimeter jack. But if they do, you can connect it with cable. So in that case, you're going to be sending your visual and audio to HDMI through the HDMI to your projector, and then your projector to audio of your car. That is the perfect way because all the video and audio comes from the same device. Projector takes the video and project it and takes the audio to your car. That way, it will be probably synced as much as it can be. But otherwise, if you just try to test it and in the meantime connect with the Bluetooth, there can be delay problems. You can get away with MX players and a couple of the PC players that you can find. Like if you're not going to be using Android, but a laptop like me, you can get away with any players. Most of the media players have programs have like audio delay functions with keyboard tools, or you can input your audio delay like minus 0.39 milliseconds of stuff. So you can also adjust your also subtitle delay. So there could be no problem on the Windows side, but if you're going to be casting from a smart dongle or your smartphone, these could be the issues that you want to avoid. I think I probably covered many of the subjects here, and I'll open up some part of the baby drivers and also other videos if I can. And I don't want to get in trouble with the copyright issues. The portions will be probably small, and you can also use Netflix, Amazon Prime. I don't want to mention them because if you connect your smartphone or a dongle, you can connect anything and you can watch anything. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I told you in the beginning, you don't have to have an electric car to achieve this huge setup, but it's better to have an electric car, not to think about the source. You can also use bigger projectors like my Optoma UHD35 and 4K projectors and achieve more than 6 meters. But I think 6 meters is a good range because of this throw ratio. And if you're going to be using from the car, you probably need to have a long throw or regular throw projector. Because if you have a short throw projector inside of the car, you may not be able to handle the ratio angle of your projector because you have to get close to your front windshield, and their angle is, as you can see, around 40 degrees, 45 degrees, and big projectors cannot be fitted there. LG is quite small, and we put the LG like this. LG is looking down. So you're going to see in the rest of the video in car setup, and you'll be watching some sort of video parts in the darker side of the auto park. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's go in the car and go inside the car, listen to some music and inside information, and then finish the video. In this part of the video, let's go inside of the car. As you can see, this is the back side, baby seat, my meter to measure the size of the screen. And we have a plug. It's protected for the kids, so you have to turn it and stick the plug in. So the adapter goes here. I know it's not a clear setup, but you can make it more clear. And probably 4 people can watch movies, but front side will be more enjoying the movie probably than the backside. This is a Kia Niro EV, like I told you from the beginning. And inside setup, I know it's messy, but you don't have to use a laptop like I told you in the beginning of the video. This is the remote, smart remote. And let's get just inside of the car and just close the door because when I close the door, the lights will go off. And this is what you can see. I will probably drive the car around and get some good locations, but as you can see here, I just used a small towel piece to make the projector go along this way, more on the front side, probably around 10 degrees, maybe even less. But this is right now what we can achieve. And still, auto park lights are quite on, as you can see. So we need to find a better place, but this was the place for me to shoot and show you both myself, car, and the projecting image. This is enough for that, but let's go to some dark place and create better, quite better image. And then I finish the movie that I started earlier couple of days earlier, and we'll finish this video too. And I know it's not the right thing to do, but I'm going to be driving the car while I project. That's interesting, isn't it? In an auto park, and I didn't open my lights, and it's freaky. I'm not sure I'm going to be including this into the video, but it looks weird. But this side is quite good enough for me to project good image. And other than the pipe itself, I think it's, let me just go here. It's fully dark. Just, meanwhile, the format, invalid format, it says, yes, here it is. And I think I need to go to the reverse side. And just go reverse. I need to be careful. As you can see, I'm going reverse by holding the camera. Let me just position perfectly the car and then project the image, because this is a white and green place, and we'll continue from there. Auto park lights are quite gone, and I'd like to open some sound just to catch the car audio system. Bass is very, very impressive, but I will cancel the sound because I don't want to catch any sort of uh, copyright issue. I will open up the car's door very, very slow, not to disturb the sensors of the auto park, and you can see, lights are on. This is as clean as it gets, and I think after the all lights are coming, it's going to be popped up too much, but you'll get the idea. You can create 200, 300 inches with your full HD, more than 1000 lumens of power projector, and if you have some sort of a 2000 and even more, you can probably get away with a 300 inch of size. But the size is not actual matter, because you have to go back to create that size. The perfect setup will be probably like this, around 200 inch-ish level. And I didn't even correct the angle of the image. Like you see, I didn't use the keystones. And if you don't know what the keystone is and why do you need it, please watch my earlier videos. And hope to see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video and share this information with the people who love cinema and people who want to create cinema while on the go or in their home. Hope to see you in the next video, home cinema and tech review. But in this video, it was car cinema, portable cinema review. Bye.